Listen carefully, because this might be the moment everything changes for you. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready, right now. Because the biggest lie you've been told is that you have time. Time to figure it out is that you have time. Time to figure it out. How to get serious later. Time to waste mornings, scroll nights, delay dreams, and still somehow arrive at greatness. But greatness doesn't wait. Greatness doesn't knock twice. Greatness doesn't care how tired you are, how confused you feel, or how many times life knocked you down. Greatness only responds to one thing, hunger. And if you're honest with yourself, you've been full of excuses, full of distractions, full of comfort. And comfort is the most dangerous place you can live because nothing grows there. You don't become powerful in comfort. You don't discover purpose in comfort. You don't build legacy in comfort. Comfort is where dreams go to die slowly, quietly, without anyone noticing. So today, right now, you make a decision. Every day is day one, not day 10, not I already tried that, not I failed before, day one. That means you wake up with urgency. That means you attack your life like you got nothing to lose. That means you stop carrying yesterday's failures like they define your tomorrow. Because they don't. You see, the world will try to label you. It will tell you who you are based on what you did or didn't do. It will remind you of your losses, your mistakes, your setbacks. But listen to me. Your past is a place of reference, not residence. You don't live there anymore. So why are you acting like you do? Why are you walking into today already defeated by yesterday? Every champion you admire, every legend you study, they all understood one truth. They started over every single day, not because they had to, but because they chose to. They refused to let success make them soft. They refused to let failure make them quit. They stayed hungry, and hunger, real hunger, is uncomfortable. It's waking up when your body is screaming for more sleep. It's pushing forward when your mind is begging you to stop. It's choosing discipline when everything inside you wants ease. Hunger doesn't care about your feelings. Hunger cares about your future. And if you don't feel that fire inside you right now, then you need to ask yourself a hard question. Do you really want it? Not the idea of it, not the applause, the money, the recognition. Do you want the grind? Do you want the lonely mornings, the silent battles, the days when nothing seems to move, but you still show up anyway? Because that's the price. And most people, they don't want to pay it. They want results without sacrifice. They want success without struggle. They want the reward without becoming the person who deserves it. But life doesn't work like that. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you work for. And if your work doesn't match your ambition, then your results will always disappoint you. So today, you reset. You strip everything back. No ego, no past titles, no past failures. Just you and the opportunity in front of you. Day one. That means beginner's mind. That means relentless curiosity. That means you stop pretending you know everything and start learning like your life depends on it. Because it does. Growth only happens when you admit you're not there yet. And that's not weakness, that's power. Because the moment you accept that you are a work in progress, you give yourself permission to evolve, to adapt, to improve, to rise. But evolution requires action, not thinking, not planning, not talking. Action, imperfect, messy, uncomfortable action. Imperfect, messy, uncomfortable action. Because clarity doesn't come from waiting, it comes from doing. You don't find your path by standing still. You find it by moving, by trying, by failing, by adjusting. Again and again and again. That's the process. And yes, it's hard. There will be days when you question everything. Days when the progress feels invisible. Days when quitting feels easier than continuing. But those are the days that matter most because that's where discipline is built. Not when you feel motivated, but when you don't. Anyone can go hard when they're inspired. Anyone can chase dreams when it feels exciting. But can you keep going when it's boring, when it's repetitive, when no one is watching? That's the difference. That's what separates those who talk from those who transform. Because transform isn't as loud. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't come with instant recognition. It's quiet, it's slow, it's consistent. It's showing up every day and doing the work even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. So stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. There is only now. And what you do with now determines everything. You want confidence, earn it through action. through repetition, through proving to yourself over and over again that you can do hard things. Confidence isn't something you think your way into. It's something you build brick by brick through discipline. And discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want now. Let that sink in, because every decision you make is either building your future or breaking it. Every hour wasted, every excuse accepted, every shortcut taken, it all adds up. Just like every small win, every extra effort, every moment you push beyond your limits, that adds up too. So what are you stacking? Excuses or execution? Because at the end of the day, your life is a reflection of your habits, not your intentions, not your dreams. Your habits are built daily, all day one, every day. Stay hungry or stay average. The choice has always been yours, and deep down you already know what you need to do. Good, because this is where most people stop. Not because they can't go further, but because they won't. Because once the excitement fades, once the hype dies down, once the reality of the grind sets in, that's when the real test begins. And most people fail that test, not because they lack talent, not because they lack opportunity, but because they lack consistency. They start strong, but they don't finish. They dream big, but they act small. They want change, but they stay the same. And that's the trap. The illusion that wanting something is enough. It's not. Desire without discipline is just fantasy. You can visualize success all day. You can talk about your goals to anyone who will listen. You can even feel motivated for a moment. But if your actions don't match your vision, nothing changes, nothing. You stay stuck. And being stuck is not a lack of movement. It's movement in the wrong direction. It's being busy but not productive. It's working but not growing. It's trying but not committing. Because commitment is different. Commitment is when there is no plan B. Commitment is when quitting is no longer an option. Commitment is when you decide that no matter how long it takes, no matter how hard it gets, you will not stop. That's when things start to shift. Not immediately, not overnight, but internally. Your identity begins to change. You stop seeing yourself as someone who tries and start becoming someone who executes. Someone who shows up regardless of circumstances. Someone who keeps promises, especially the ones they make to themselves. And that's where real power is built. Because the fastest way to destroy your confidence is to keep breaking your own word. You say you will wake up early, but you don't. You say you'll work out, but you skip it. You say you'll focus, but you get distracted. And every time you do that, you weaken your self-trust. You start believing, that you're not reliable, that you can't follow through, that maybe you're just not built for greatness. But that's a lie. You're not lacking ability, you're lacking alignment. Your actions and your intentions are not in sync. And until they are, you always feel frustrated. Because deep down, you know what you're capable of. You feel it, that quiet voice inside you telling you that you're meant for more, that you can do more, that you should be further than you are. But instead of listening to that voice, you drown it out with distractions, with comfort, with excuses, because it's easier. It's easier to scroll than to struggle. It's easier to procrastinate than to push. It's easier to blame circumstances than to take responsibility. But easy will never make you great. Easy will keep you average. And average is crowded. Average is safe. Average is predictable. Average is where dreams go to be forgotten. But you didn't come this far to be average. You didn't go through everything you've been through just to settle. So why are you acting like it? Why are you playing small when you know you have more inside you? Because you're afraid. Afraid of failure. Afraid of judgment, afraid of stepping into the unknown. And that fear, it feels real. But let me tell you something. Fear is not the enemy. Comfort is. Fear means you're growing. Fear means you're stepping outside. What's familiar? Fear means you're on the edge of something bigger. But comfort keeps you exactly where you are. So stop running from fear. Run toward it. Lean into it. Because everything you want is on the other side of what you're avoiding. You want confidence. Do the things that scare you. You won't grow. Take the risks you've been delaying. You want success. Step into the uncertainty and figure it out as you go. Because nobody has it all figured out. Not at the start, not even at the top. They just move. They take action despite the doubt. They keep going despite the setbacks. They adapt despite the obstacles. And that's what you need to do, adapt. Because the path you're on, it won't always be clear. There will be twists, there will be turns, there will be moments when everything changes and you're forced to adjust. And if you're rigid, if you're stuck in one way of thinking, one way of doing things, you'll break. But if you're flexible, if you're willing to learn, to shift when necessary, you will survive. And not just survive, you will thrive. Because adaptability is a superpower. The world is changing faster than ever. Opportunities come and go. Undo, rise and fall. Skills become outdated. So if you're not growing, you're falling behind. And growth requires humility. It requires you to admit that you don't know everything, that you still have more to learn, that you can improve. And that's a beautiful thing, because the moment you stop learning is the moment you stop progressing. So stay curious, stay open, stay hungry, learn from your failures, learn from others, learn from every experience, good or bad. Because everything is teaching you something, even the pain, especially the pain. Pain is not punishment. Pain is a teacher. It shows you your limits and then dares you to go beyond them. It reveals your weaknesses so you can turn them into strengths. It forces you to grow whether you like it or not. So don't run from it. Embrace it. Because the people who succeed are not the ones who avoid pain. They're the ones who use it. They take their struggles, their setbacks, their losses, and they turn them into fuel. Fuel for growth, fuel for discipline, fuel for relentless action. And that's the difference. They don't waste their pain, they transform it. So what are you doing with yours? Are you letting it break you or build you? Are you using it as an excuse or as motivation? Because it can't be either. The choice is yours, and that choice is made every single day. Day one, every day. No matter how far you have come, no matter how much you have achieved, you start again, hungry, driven, focused, because the moment you think you had made it is the moment you start losing it. Success is not a destination, it's a standard. And that standard has to be maintained daily with discipline, with intention, with effort. So don't get comfortable, don't get complacent. Don't let success or even small progress trick you into slowing down, because there's always another version of you waiting to be unlocked, stronger, sharper, more focused, more disciplined. But that version doesn't come easy. It has to be earned through sacrifice, through consistency, through showing up again and again when it would be easier not to. So show up, not just when you feel like it, but when you don't, especially when you don't. Because that's where the real growth happens. That's where you separate yourself from everyone else. That's where you prove, not to the world, but to yourself, that you are different, that you are capable, that you are unstoppable, but only if you choose to be. Because at the end of the day, this was never just about success. It was never just about money or status or proving people wrong. This is about who you become. As long after the applause fades, long after the goals are checked off, long after the world stops watching, you still have to live with yourself. And the question is, will you be proud? Proud of the effort you gave, proud of the discipline you built, proud of the person you chose to become when it would have been easier to stay the same? Or will you look back with regret? Regret for the chances you didn't take, regret for the risks you avoided. You avoided, regret for the life you could have lived, but didn't. Because let me tell you something most people don't want to hear. Regret hurts more than failure ever will. Failure teaches you. Failure sharpens you. Failure forces you to grow. But regret stays with you. It lingers. It whispers. It reminds you of what could have been. And that's a pain you don't want to carry. So don't wait for the right time. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait until everything makes sense, because it never will. You move and then it makes sense. You act, and then clarity comes. You jump, and then you learn how to fly on the way down. That's how this works. That's how it has always worked. You think the greats had certainty? No, they had belief. When Thomas Edison failed thousands of times, he didn't stop because it wasn't working. He kept going because he believed it would. When Walt Disney was rejected, told he lacked imagination, he didn't quit. He built a world that inspired millions. When Abraham Lincoln lost again and again, elections, battles, moments that would break most people, he didn't give up. He rose again and again and again. That's the pattern, not perfection. Persistent, not talent. Tenacity. not luck. Relentless belief backed by relentless action. And now it's your turn, not theirs, yours, because you're standing at a moment right now where everything can change. Not because something magical is going to happen, but because you decide to become someone different. Someone who doesn't make excuses, someone who doesn't fold under pressure, someone who doesn't stop when it gets hard, someone who stays hungry, because hunger is what keeps you alive in the process. Hunger is what drives you when motivation disappears. Hunger is what pushes you when results are slow. Hunger is what reminds you that you're not done yet, and you're not finished. You're not behind. You're not out of time. As long as you're breathing, you have another chance, another opportunity to start again, day one. But this time different, this time intentional, this time disciplined. This time you don't just talk about it, you become about it. You wake up with purpose. You move with urgency. You act with conviction because you understand something now. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you your dream life. No one is responsible for your success except you. And that's not a burden, that's power. Because if it's on you, then it's in your control. Your habits, your mindset, your actions, that's your responsibility. And when you take full ownership, everything changes. You stop blaming, you stop complaining, you stop waiting, and you stop building brick by brick, day by day, step by step, even when it's slow, even when it's hard, even when nobody sees it, because you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you, for the person you're becoming, for the life you're creating, for the legacy you're leaving behind. Because one day, this all ends. One day, the clock runs out. And when that day comes, it won't matter how comfortable you were. It won't matter how many excuses you had. It won't matter how many times you said, I'll start tomorrow. What will matter is what you did, how you lived, how you showed up, how you fought for the life you knew you were capable of. So fight for your goals, fight for your truth, fight for your future, even when it's hard, even when it hurts, even when everything inside you wants to quit. Because quitting guarantees one thing: nothing changes. But if you keep going, if you stay consistent, if you stay disciplined, if you stay hungry, everything changes slowly, quietly, powerfully, until one day you look back and you don't even recognize the person you used to be. Stronger, wiser, more resilient, unbreakable, not because life got easier, but because you got better. And that's the goal. Not an easy life, but a stronger you. So remember this: every morning you wake up, you have a choice: stay the same or start again. Play small or go all in. Be comfortable or chase greatness. Every day is day one. So act like it, move like it, think like it, live like it, with urgency, with discipline, with hunger. Because the life you want is waiting on the other side of the work you're avoiding. So stop avoiding it. Step into it. Embrace it. Own it. Step into it. Embrace it. Own it. And become everything you said you would be. No more excuses. No more delays. No more waiting. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your day one. Stay hungry.